Welcome back to our second annual Catalyst Got Talent. I wasn't sure this thing was going to happen.
I know. 2020 has been a heck of a year. But if you're watching, you've made it. And we are excited to have you here.
No, we're so grateful. I feel like the last thing people want to do right now is like watch another Zoom video or something online. But gosh, this has been, this is an amazing opportunity to really encourage and invest in not only the mission of Catalyst, but these students, the next generation, the talent that we're about to see tonight with some of our finalists. I'm so excited about this.
Yeah. So do it for the kids. Kick back, make yourself at home, and enjoy this show with us.
Yeah.
I loved last year, getting everybody together in one big room. We had over 300 people to celebrate these students.
Yeah.
This year's been full of twists and turns, things that we didn't see coming. But I'm really excited about this year also. Because we moved digital, because we found new ways to connect with students, we've been able to open it up and expand our reach. We actually had submissions all the way up in Vermont.
Yeah.
From Burmese refugees in Vermont, which is super, super cool.
Yeah, it's crazy. So the purpose of this talent show, really, again, not only to highlight the next generation, but it does serve as our annual fundraiser. We only do one fundraiser a year, and this is it. So, it's
no
vital.
Pressure, Joe.
Yeah, no pressure, right? No pressure to try to bring in money for next year so we can keep doing this, but this is it. And so we're so thankful that you're taking the time to go through this. So if you're new to the mission of Catalyst, simply put, we're a nonprofit organization that helps the next generation understand how they're uniquely made and why it matters. We've created a simple path through what we call the Purpose Project, and you'll hear more about that as we continue on in the show tonight. But this Purpose Project is a key innovative tool that helps young people understand why they're made, how it comes together, the themes that are within them, and then what to do with that to make a difference in the world. The cool part is, as adults, most of us don't even have that level of self-awareness and in-depth knowledge. And so it takes us years, decades, tens of thousands of dollars on wasted degrees, and we're taking students through a process that shortens that down to weeks, if not hours, to discover how you're uniquely made and why it matters. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I love that because it's impactful no matter who you are or how old you are, and it can transition to anywhere.
Yeah.
We ran this in schools. We were able to have in-school programs. Now we run it on Zoom, like one-to-one mentor sessions on Zoom. There's so many ways you can get creative using this tool.
Yeah, and you're going to meet some of the volunteers and students and support team kind of behind this and what we're doing. And we're going to invite you through the night to get involved in many different ways. So let's talk about how tonight works, how this voting is laid out, and how we determine winners.
I hope you all filled out your voter registration cards.
Right? Mail-in
They're all
ballots.
submitted.
Yep.
You can mail in your money. I'm cool with that.
But no mail-in ballots.
It's
Mail-in money,
simple.
no mail-in ballots.
We've learned from our elders, and I've made this process very, very, very simple.
Yeah, so here it is.
All you have to do is whip out your handy-dandy cellular device.
I like that.
Yeah, here, try it out with me.
Okay, what are we doing?
And you're going to text the number, okay?
All right.
833.
Hold on. I need my glasses.
Joe, this is boomer proof.
I need my glasses.
We'll walk through this. 833 942 1751. You're going to text that number, and then it will walk you through the process.
You're actually going to text the word give to that number. That's important. And you see that on the screen. So follow the screen more than you follow our words. But no, text the word give to that number, and it's super simple. And then it'll prompt you the rest of the way. So here's how it works. For our talent show, there are two $1,000 prize winners. Okay, one $1,000 prize winner will be from what we call the popular vote. So each unique individual that actually texts in a donation as a vote, $1 at minimum, counts toward the popular vote.
Okay.
So we've got...
I can see students developing a strategy.
Yeah, so if you like multiple contestants and want to vote for them, you can vote $1 for each one.
Okay.
And that counts as a popular vote for each one. because we'll go by your unique account that you set up. Now, here's the other way. We're giving away another $1,000.
Two $1,000. Okay.
Two $1,000 prizes. The other $1,000 prize goes to the contestant who raises the most money. So when you text to vote for a contestant, you're choosing the dollar amount, whether it's $1, $5, $1,000. You can text in whatever you want. All the money and proceeds are actually going to benefit the programs that are serving the kids that need it most in our community.
Yeah.
So that's the most important part. But the act that raises the most money wins $1,000
prize.
The act that gets the most unique people to text in
Wins $1,000
any amount
prize.
to them wins $1,000 prize. That's simple.
I love it. Easy enough.
Yeah.
Just text give to 833.
There it is.
942 1751.
All right, you don't have to scramble to write that down. We'll post that all night long. Now, in addition to that, I'm gonna tease this a little bit, but we also have an art contest going on, and we have had art submissions from students from all over, and we've put them on an auction site. And again, all the money is going back to Catalyst and the programs that are serving our teens. But man, these students we got some pretty talented students here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what you're going to do is you're going to actually go to a different site that I'm going to introduce you to. And again, you'll follow along with this for the rest of the night. We'll throw this up there. But it's actually 32auctions.com/CGT. So write that down, mark it down, take a picture of it on your phone, and you have 48 hours from today to get in there and bid and vote.
Start the clock.
Start the clock.
From right now, 48 hours.
48 hours.
So this Saturday, 7 o'clock,
yes,
everything closes.
everything closes.
No
All
more
voting
votes.
closes. No more votes. No more donations for this contest.
Tally the numbers.
We will tally the numbers 48 hours from now, which
Okay.
means you sharing this show with your network is huge for us.
Yeah. You have 48 hours to click and share.
Yeah.
To get everyone involved, not just for these students, but to share the Catalyst story.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, can we jump in? I'm going to jump
Let's
into,
do it. Yep.
let's watch. Are we ready to roll one?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who do we got up
Okay.
first?
So I was looking at all the student acts,
Mm-hmm.
and I figured what a better place to start than the winner of last year's Catalyst Got Talent.
Oh, defending the title. I like it.
Last year, these guys took the stage and took it over.
Yeah.
They were the final act and closed out the night.
Yeah.
And then we just got to make it rain money. And so it was a blast.
Okay.
So would you help me welcome to your digital screen the McNeil Step Team?
Hello, we are the Alpha Theta Mavs of McNeil High School. I'm Luciana Swift, the assistant coach.
Hi, I'm Marie Ezel, the head coach of the Alpha Theta Mavs Step Team. We represent McNeil High School. We represent a step team that is all-inclusive. It ranges from freshmen to seniors. As a matter of fact, this is one of our seniors, president of the Alpha Theta Mavs Step Team, Amori Haley.
Hi. Our passion as a McNeil Step Team, Alpha Theta Mavs, is to incorporate everyone, all ethnicities, and to bring awareness to our culture. It's amazing how our steps and our claps and stumps unites everyone as different cultures, and it just brings away all the different chaos that's going on in the world. Right now, as a step team, we unite McNeil, I feel like. So if we were to win, we would use these funds to fund our gala. We wanted to have it last year, but due to COVID, we weren't able to. So this year, we will use those funds to have our gala and just celebrate McNeil's Alpha Theta Math Step Team. We hope to reclaim our title as last year's winning Catalyst winners. So we're coming for you.
We are the Alpha Theta Mavs, and we stand for confidence, strength, and class, and we conquer everything that's laid in our path, because we are the Alpha Theta Mavs.
Dun, dun.
I don't understand why I can't have that rhythm.
I know. I want them to crew me so bad.
Man,
They never disappoint.
no.
Hey, the cool thing too is being able to see these girls behind the scenes.
Yeah,
Hey, just leadership.
yeah,
The way they lead at McNeil, the way they lead their team, it's awesome.
yeah,
And man, I miss McNeil High School.
yeah.
Eventually, we'll just stock up on disinfectant and go back and do after hours. Sanitation was never really our thing.
Right, yeah.
McNeil will be back.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Great job, Mavs, man. So the whole reason we're even here this year is because we had community sponsors and support, and so I just want to take a minute to thank our title sponsor, Topaz Sales Consulting, for really making this year's event possible. I mean, it's not cheap to put all this together and do what we do and give these kids this opportunity to shine. And it's because of our relationship with folks in the community, and that's so vital. So I want to take a minute to introduce you to Jorge Chavez, the founder, CEO of Topaz Sales Consulting. He's actually seen some of our programs up front. He's been involved in several of our things, him and his wife. They're amazing. And I want you to hear from him, his take on Catalyst and why what we're doing is so important.
My wife received an email, I believe it was an email, but somehow through social media, and you were having a kickball tournament. And my youngest plays a lot of soccer, and she thought he could form a team to play in the kickball tournament. And that's how she first learned about Catalyst. There was a kid that you had at one of your after-school programs, and he basically gave a testimonial. I don't think he was knowing what he was doing. He just said he feels very cared for, he feels very loved, he feels very valued. He really looked forward to it. Offering the after-school program we thought was a really good boost for young kids who may need that support group. And other things that you offer to the young kids to learn more about who they are, their identity, the value they bring, why God created them, only to further help them understand what their purpose in the world is. Some of the tools that you use we're familiar with because we use similar tools to help our customers. And I think that other people who may not have this insight or access to these resources could benefit tremendously to just identify what God created them to do. What are they good at?
You know, people ask us all the time, like, what is the problem Catalyst is solving? And it's so hard to answer that because it's not one thing, right? It's like this generation is facing the perfect storm of chaos. When you look at, I mean, it's never been easy to be a teen in the last 100 years, and we all have our own degrees of adversity we've had to overcome. But we look at this generation, man, I mean, you know, over 93% of teens say they don't have a mentor in their life, right? We look at that and we're like, wow, who is guiding the next generation? And we just look at the numbers. We see that the mental health issues, anxiety and suicide alone are skyrocketing. They've never been this high in teens ever. We look at the access they have to drugs and entertainment and media, which we know as adults are ways to escape, check out, right? To not engage and think about the things that are most important in life. We look at the divorce rates and the broken homes being greater and the wound being deeper than ever before. We look at overcrowded schools. We look at, church used to be a pillar in our society. Community, was centered around churches in small towns all throughout the U.S. It used to be that way for a long time. But today, over 90% of teens no longer attend church. So when you look at where is the guidance, where are they getting their direction from, and you're left with a big question mark because they're wondering the same thing, and it comes down to three things. Ultimately, all of us as humans want these three things, and it's identity, purpose, and belonging. It's like we're longing for somebody to step into our world and say, hey, I got you. I see you. Here is who you are uniquely designed to be. This is the impact you're designed to make in the world, and this is where you fit in. Identity, purpose, and belonging. And so at the core of what's the problem we're solving with Catalyst, it's exactly those three issues. We're bringing identity and purpose and belonging to the next generation in a way that they have desperately been longing to receive it.
Yeah. Who's influencing the next generation? It's TikTok, Joe. If we're okay with that, then we just got to keep going as is.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
There's got to be a different way.
Well, there is.
Hey, you know what gives me hope that the future can be different? Students like this next act.
All right, I'm ready.
Now, a little fun fact, behind the scenes fun fact, when we filmed this act, local authorities were called. I didn't tell you at the time. Anyways, Smoke Machines Fire Department, they enjoyed the show too.
Yeah.
Hey, would you help me welcome to the stage a middle schooler, one of two middle schoolers that will perform tonight, Trevor Fox.
My name is Trevor Fox. I go to Canyon Ridge Middle School. I live in Steiner Ranch, Belmar. My talent is to play guitar. I played a lot. I practice a lot. It's a fun thing to do. I play a bunch of other instruments too, but guitar is my main one. So I discovered my my love for guitar when I first picked up one. I just picked it up and I couldn't stop playing when I started, even though I was pretty bad. And so from then on, I just got better until I got as good as I am right now. I'll probably use my talent in the future for mainly fun purposes. I don't see it really, unless I do become a musician, which is my goal. It's not really likely, but it would be also a fun thing to do on the side if I end up getting another job. Yeah, it's probably just for fun. What would I do with $1,000 if I won this competition? Probably save up for college. I want to go to Juilliard. Maybe also spend it on some gear. I don't know. Either way would be good for me, so yeah.
Dude, did he write that?
That was all him.
Really?
So he doesn't just play guitar. He
Okay.
plays many instruments, has his own Spotify channel,
Oh my
Crimson
gosh.
Lightning Music, As a 7th grader, the fire department showed up because that act was fire.
That was fire. Man, I love middle schoolers. Can you imagine being in middle school and having like this kind of thing done for you? Like stage, fog, like...
I want to go back.
That's, man,
this whole
job.
thing is like, what would I want if I was a student?
Right.
Thus, Catalyst.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Man, that's amazing. So here, if you're going to vote for Trevor, here's how you do it. Remember, you're going to text the word GIVE.
I'm doing it right now.
833-942-1751. Now, when you do that, remember, there's 2 winners. You've got to cost you at least $1 to vote, so that's going to be one. Your actual vote to him is one way, and then the dollar amount, because the contestant that raises the most money is also up for winning a $1,000 grand prize. So in the drop down, you'll select contestant 2 for Trevor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Easy enough.
Yeah. This is good.
Can I see your phone?
No.
Oh.
What are you going to do? You're going to give all my money away?
I mean,
no, you can have my phone.
It's to a good cause.
Yeah. Man, okay, so we introduced you to our title sponsor. Now I want to introduce you real quick to some of our community sponsors, because people ask us, well, where do all these students come from? Well, the answer is all over the place, right? People hear about us. We have a strong social media presence. We put out content to guide parents and businesses and anybody who works with the next generation. We've kind of become like the next gen whizzes in that sort of way. But we also work with juvenile court systems. And in this case, we want to introduce you to one of our community partners, Judge McLean in Williamson County. And just as you listen to her, and it's very short, I want you to catch a little bit of her passion for the next generation, because it's inspiring when we have people in public office that really are going the extra mile to serve and help teens. So here's Judge McLean.
Hi, I'm Judge McLean, Williamson County Justice of the Peace, Precinct 3. Before becoming a judge, I was in law enforcement for 26 years. While in that position, I witnessed a full spectrum of mental health issues affecting our young people today. Since taking office as judge, I've already seen so many children come before me in court who are hurting. From the child who told me that he doesn't feel loved by anyone, to the mom who told me that she's done with her son and wants to relinquish her parental rights, to the many, many truancy cases still waiting to be heard in my court, and sadly to the young child who recently committed suicide. When I think about a person's safety, I'm thinking about their physical safety, but I'm also thinking about their emotional and mental safety as well. That is why I decided to partner with Catalyst. They are a community that helps teens discover their gifts and passions. I don't want to simply issue punishment. I want to leverage my position to spark hope in teens and impact them where I can. This is where programs like Catalyst come in. In lieu of fines and community service, I have sent several of our teens to Catalyst, and I have seen a drastic and positive change in their behavior. Catalyst is a tried and true program to help our teens before they are involved in higher offenses. Through collaborative efforts and programs such as Catalyst, we can all strive to help teens to become happy and healthy adults.
Are you good? You comfortable? You enjoying this?
I'm settling it. I'm in it to win it.
Yeah, okay.
You want some?
No, I'm good. I appreciate it, though.
Another behind-the-scenes confession.
Okay.
Last year, right around Catalyst Got Talent, I received a piece of mail, and I actually had to go visit Judge McLean.
You got some in the court?
I did.
Yep.
Painless. I love what they're doing out there. That it's not just about punishment, or else I would always be in trouble.
I would have thrown you in jail so fast.
They really are about thinking outside the box and working with people. And that's the heartbeat of Catalyst.
Yeah.
That's what it takes to reach this next generation.
Yeah. Hey, quick shout out, too, to Judge Edna Stout, Williamson County Juvenile Services, the Effie Center. We got so many great community partners that we're partnering with in order to bring the Purpose Project to the students. And, man, it's been a wild, fun year.
I love that. It really does take volunteers, business leaders, entrepreneurs, like schoolwork, all of us coming together
Yeah.
to serve this next generation.
Yeah. All right, what do we got next? Let's go.
You
Let's
ready?
keep this moving. Yeah.
See, I'm settled in now, but I know this next act is going to get me up.
Okay.
They've played Threadgills in downtown Austin.
All right.
They played all over. These guys
Nice.
have been playing together since 3rd grade, and I think you're going to love them. It's the Minor Keys.
Hi, I'm Anna,
And I'm Joey.
and we're the Minor Keys. Yeah, I mean, I guess we met in Miss Crisco's kindergarten class.
Yeah, and we're already juniors at Vandergrift High School.
That's so weird. But we both started performing before then. I started singing at 5. I was actually playing the piano, but I was so bad that my teacher insisted that I sing instead.
That's why
So-
I'm the one who plays piano.
Yes.
But when I was little, my mom used to play piano, and I loved listening to her, so I asked to sign up for lessons.
Yeah, I mean, the Minor Keys started in 3rd grade, at our 3rd grade talent show, right?
Yeah, I believe we played Skyfall, and we're still playing it now.
We've been able to perform at venues like B.D. Riley's a few times, South by Southwest EDU, where else?
The White House?
Oh yeah, right, and the White House. Sorry.
How do you forget the White House?
Well, I was thinking about like local stuff, like in Austin, like playing ham at Threadgills.
That's the Health Alliance for Austin Musicians.
Yes.
And how many years has it been? I believe 6 years in a row
6
we've
years.
been playing for them.
Yes. They've done so much for us and for our community, so we would love to be able to donate to them if we want.
And hopefully we can use some of the earnings to pay for some recording studio time. We've written so many songs that we just haven't been able to record yet.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, we hope to be able to continue creating and doing music forever, even if life takes us on different paths. I mean, this has just been such a fulfilling experience, and being able to repay people with our talents is just so rewarding. So, vote for us if you'd like to. Please vote for us. We're not going to force you to, but like...
It'd be kind of cool if you did.
Yeah.
When are you gonna come down? When are you going to land? I should have stayed on the farm. Should have listened to my old man. You know you can't hold me forever. I didn't sign up with you. I'm not a present for your friends to open. This boy's too young to be singing the blues. So goodbye, yellow brick road, where the dogs of society howl. You can't plant me in a penthouse. I'm going back to my plow, back to the howling old owl in the woods, hunting the horny black toad. Oh, I finally decided my future lies beyond the yellow brick road. So what do you think you'll do then? I bet they shoot dogs of society howl. You can't plant me in a penthouse. I'm going back to my plow, back to the howling old owl in the woods, hunting the honey-backed toad. Oh, I finally decided my future lies beyond the yellow brick
Okay.
Don't talk.
Okay. We'll just sit in here in silence for a little bit. Yeah, I gave her vocal lessons for years. Years. After a while, I was like, look, you know, I just don't think you got what it takes.
Please sing a little bit, Joe. Please. All right, here's how you vote. Remember, text GIVE to 833-942-1751.
Yes.
Find your favorite act.
Yeah. Contestant 3 right there. They brought it. They brought it. That was good. That was good. I don't know what else to say. Are y'all enjoying this? This is good. This is good stuff. Man. Whew. You know, let me remind you, now's a good time to remind you that this is a fundraiser. So we're going to have some fun and we need to raise some support. So get your friends, share this video thread with them, talk about some of these students that you're seeing. And man, let's help us spread the word because the votes are open for 48 hours. So we got 48 hours to do this. Keep it coming.
47:30.
47. Yeah, okay. There it is.
Man.
All right. Well, listen, adults, if I could get your attention, please. Here, I'm going to give you a little bit of math fact. Here's the math fact. We live in Austin, and there are over 150,000 teenagers in greater Austin area, right? So when I talk about most of these students don't have anyone in their life that they point to as, yeah, I for sure have a mentor, it's this person. Just think of it statistically. Do you think there's 150,000 healthy adults that could step up and actually mentor and guide this next generation?
Fair question.
I mean, have you driven around the city? I mean, like, seriously, the problem is we need a more effective way to scale mentoring. Yeah. And that's what the Purpose Project does. And if you're an adult, I want to invite you to think about becoming a Purpose Project certified guide. What if we could equip you with a way to effectively mentor and lead and help anyone in your life, but especially teens, understand how they're uniquely made and why it matters in a way that maybe you have never experienced yourself? So you're about to hear watch a video from Erica. Erica was she was a former board member of ours, but she was one of the first adults we took through the Purpose Project. And this is important because if we don't have adults who are understanding how they're uniquely made and experiencing this as a pathway, then it's very difficult to find enough future mentors and guides that can do this with other teens. So just take a moment and listen to what Erica had to say about her own experience as an adult with the Purpose Project.
My name is Erica Reddick. I'm the owner of I Love Your Money, which is an accounting consultancy. My husband and I have an apartment building that we own and operate, and I am a candidate for Burlington City Council. I was totally having a midlife crisis. I had a degree in accounting, I'd been an accountant for a bajillion years, and I was really unhappy, and I kept asking myself or saying, you know, there has to be more to life than sitting behind a desk, being miserable and working for somebody else. When I went through the Purpose Project and got to see really on paper what drives me, what my passions are, what my goals are, and really get familiar with that, I was able to shift my focus and shift my energy towards the things that actually really matter to me. I started my own business so that I wasn't stuck behind a desk. And I started working towards politics, which was my childhood dream. Now I get to live my purpose every single day, and I got that from working with Joe and the Purpose Project.
And then she ran for Senate.
She did. She did.
What
Erica,
am I doing
yeah.
with my life, Joe?
Oh man, Erica, you're awesome. Thank you for sharing a little bit of your story. You know, I think as people watch that and hear stories like that, you can sense the kind of clarity and confidence that people have as they go through the Purpose Project. And just imagine being able to have that kind of clarity and confidence as a teenager.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't until my 30s, and I was scrapping and fighting for every bit of it to try to figure things out on my own. But man, when a guide steps into your life to clear things up, it makes such a difference. You know, right now we actually have a backlog of students who are wanting to go through the Purpose Project, but we don't have enough adults who are equipped and willing to sit down with them and do it. And guys, this is not scary. This is actually an easy thing to do. And so we want to invite you to get involved by experiencing a Purpose Project for yourself, perhaps. There's a lot of ways to volunteer. So we encourage you to go to catalystcollective.community/get involved. You see it on the screen here, and reach out to us. It starts with a 15-minute conversation. Let's just schedule some time to talk about your interests, your passions, and how we can help you take the next steps. So
that's a really long URL.
It's super long.
catalystcollective.community/get involved.
Get involved.
All right.
Yes. You got it? Yeah.
What I love, it's super easy to get started.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not committing to going out and going into the juvenile system.
Yes.
I'm just sitting down and talking with you.
Yes.
15 minutes.
Yep.
I can do that.
Good.
Parents, you can do this for your kids. Mm-hmm. Like, we will give you the tools. We make it really, really simple.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. You guys are doing great. Keep it up. So what happens with these students? Let's talk about this next video we're about to share real quick. What happens when a student goes through the Purpose Project? What happens, right? So we have all this information on how they're designed, their personality type, their gifts, their passions, their motivators, their values, all this kind of stuff. We put it together in a unique kind of mosaic way to give them this honed-in snapshot. And then we look for opportunities to connect them with those passions. So watch this video as you see one of our Purpose Project community volunteers and one of our students getting together, talking about what they're doing and why.
My name is Alex Ream, and I'm a volunteer mentor for the Catalyst Collective. So what were the challenges that I faced growing up? Just a lot of lack of direction, lack of clarity. Was kind of given a clean slate, so I dabbled in a lot of things, but never really was given advice or clarity on which path to follow, what I was doing well at, what I was doing poor at, that I just needed to maybe toss to the side. The opportunities were there, but the guidance wasn't there to really assist it, to further it. Yeah, so the role that mentors played in my life was, was helping me to decide to pick a course, to stick to something, to see it through. I think specifically, early middle school days, I expressed interest in music and in sports, and I had people in my life who invested time, resources, bought a guitar for me, practiced basketball, practiced baseball with me, and said, if these are things that, you know, bring you joy, you're passionate about, that you have a natural skill set for, what can we do to help you improve upon those, to make them more fun, to get you more involved? Yeah, so it just helped me with sticking to things when I had a bad day, I had a bad week, I had a bad game, I had a bad performance, whatever it was. There was someone there who had gone before me, someone there who had knew what the shoes that I was standing in and could tell me, hey, it's not going to be like that every time. Mentorship, discipleship, oversight, supervision was something that I lacked for a long time, but then when it was incorporated into my life, I saw the impact right away in multiple areas of my life. If I'm able to do that for some kids, some that are just a couple steps behind me, then you know, I jumped at the opportunity when it came available. If you are someone who's looking to work with teens, I would say that you have experience, that you have history, that you have something to provide with them, even if you feel like there's not a natural skill set that may apply. You've been through difficult situations, you've been through obstacles and hurdles, and you know the fears, you know the emotions that go on in a teenager, and you can provide clarity, you can provide support, you can provide compassion, encouragement. There's so much that you have to offer, and you're the only thing that's getting in your way.
My name's Angelo. I'm 16 and I go to Cedar Park. Like over a year ago, I got arrested for aggravated robbery and a gun. And then, so like, I guess 4 months, 3 months, I don't know, like October, I got released and I had cut off my ankle monitor, so I got arrested again. Yeah, I was just making too many like wrong decisions with what I was doing and just not thinking. Also, I was on bipolar meds and I have really bad bipolar. So like, I'll get really manic and I'll just be like mad or like stuff like that. There's better decisions and things to do than what I was doing. And like, there's like, it's just, I would just keep getting in trouble. And I don't want to do that because I could do so much more. I want to get better and just like get better in general and just keep playing it, just keep practicing and get on the team next year. I guess it's just helping me like stay focused on one thing. And just, I guess, like if I need someone, I guess I got them for me. I don't know why you'd be intimidated. Everyone's the same person. I guess like you were a teen once too, so I mean like you don't gotta be intimidated for no reason. Cause you might have been doing the same stuff they were doing, so like there's no reason for you to be like scared because you might be able to relate to them.
And as Alex just showed us in that video, you know, investing your time and talent is just as important as investing your resources. It's amazing what he's been able to do.
Behind the scenes fun fact.
Yeah.
You actually mentored Alex.
I did.
And I met you through Alex.
Yeah.
Look at that, mentorship, pass it on.
The guy
that
you
was
just
10 years ago?
The guy you just saw on screen, I knew as a middle schooler. And started investing in him. And he's been a part of our community, and now it's like family, right? Ever since then. So I think that's a cool dynamic of what we're building here. You know, a lot of people label Catalyst as like a mentor program, you know, after school program, but really the ecosystem we're building is much bigger than that because we're walking with students well beyond just them graduating.
Yeah.
In fact, you know, when our program in schools, one of the most common things students say about it is it feels like a home away from home.
Yeah.
Because it's that community aspect that, you know, this next generation is so hungry for. And so, you know, one day here, hopefully in the not too distant future, we hope to build a new version of community type spaces with our model to be able to reach all age brackets. But man, we're blessed to do what we do, for sure.
Yeah. I know that there was a student that we had many years ago at After Hours at McNeil, actually got kicked out of school. Mm-hmm. And we still stayed in touch because we collect their information when they first come in. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, fast forward maybe 2 years down the road, and he actually had a child. Mm-hmm. And it was cool because he reached out to me. We were able to celebrate him. We were able to get him the things that he needed. We were able to help him find a better job as he started this new family. And we still talk now.
Yeah.
He still texts me for money.
Yeah.
But that is the community, the reach that we're building.
Totally.
Really here just to encourage students across the board.
And we have so many of those stories. You can see them on our YouTube channel. We have a whole list of testimonies and videos that we've shot over the years. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, so what are we gearing up for? We're getting down to the wire.
Yep, we're coming up on the home stretch. Yeah. Our next act is actually our youngest act. He's a 6th grader from Cedar Park.
Dang, come on now.
He is playing a composition that he created to honor one of his mentors, one of the guys he looks up to. It's actually the bassist from a band you might know, Metallica. Hey, give it up for Jaden.
Hi, my name is Jaden Johnson. I'm 12 years old and in 6th grade at Henry Middle School. I live in Cedar Park with my parents and 2 brothers. And in summertime, I go up to Kentucky to see my father. And it was there 2 years ago that I picked up a guitar and tried to learn AC/DC's Thunderstruck. I should have learned an easier song. But when I came back to Cedar Park, I got introduced to Metallica. And through them, I learned of Cliff Burton, the bassist. And there's only 1 or 2 other bassists I can actually compare him to because he plays bass like a lead guitar. Not many people do that. And after listening to him for a while, I wanted to pick up the bass guitar and learn how to play it. And so I asked for this for my birthday, and we got the email for this talent show, and I said I wanted to learn some live performances of his that are hard. And I just love the music I have. And this is why I've decided I wanted to take up a career in music.
While you got your phone out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Why don't you just go ahead and text GIVE to 833-942. I'm watching you. 1751. Jaden, man, I did not know you could get that kind of noise out of a bass guitar.
Yeah, that was impressive. And I have zero musical ability, so
yeah, we noticed
a lot of this sounds looks amazing to me. I don't know how you 6th grade. He was a 6th grader.
Our youngest entry.
Oh man, keep at it. That's amazing talent right there.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
What's next?
Well, so when we look at how do we develop talent, right? We're helping discover it. And now they need to take the next steps of really refining it. So one of our upcoming programs, and it's something we started years ago, but we're now trying to take to the next level, is what we call the Academy of Awesome. Yeah, the Academy of Awesome are classes led by volunteers in the community like yourselves who bring students in for an hour, 2 hours at a time.
I'll be teaching parkour.
No, you won't. No. You won't want to take his parkour class, but you will want to take a class from someone like you're about to meet. Ron Beach from Beach Automotive opened up his entire shop to students over the summer and showed them how to work on cars. So check this out.
Yeah. My name is Ron Beach. I'm a Purpose Project guide and an Academy of Awesome teacher. And I volunteer with Catalyst because I believe that every generation has not only the ability but the obligation to share with the next generation what they've learned. There were men in my life that helped me along the way, men that saw that I could use understanding and information about what they did, and so they offered it to me, and it was really a big deal in my life. And so I like to do that for other young people, young men in particular. And because I have a shop, I have the ability to do that around cars. The Academy of Awesome, my automotive classes, are an opportunity for young men and young women both to become familiar with cars, not only be able to do some basic maintenance on them, but have a deeper understanding of how cars work and really how to interface with the automotive world. My objective with the class is not so much to teach young men and young women how to work on cars, but be able to understand what's going on with them so that if they take their car to the shop, they know what's going on. And then also so that they understand the basic systems on them so that it makes sense to them when they're told their car needs something repaired on it. If we understand our cars, we treat them differently. And I think that's a big deal for being able to live in the world that we do, where we're dependent on cars. Nate was one of the students that was in my class this summer. And we had a variety of students there, but Nate was particularly interested in cars. He asked some really good questions. He paid attention to what I was explaining. And towards the end of the class, we talked about the possibility of him coming to work as a shop helper. I didn't know really what he wanted out of that kind of scenario, and so I just brought him on, gave him some sweeping to do to see how he would do, and then pretty soon I had him helping me on cars. I love explaining stuff. I love for people to understand how air conditioning works in a car, so it was really a fun time for me as well. Nate in particular was good at picking up on the things that I showed him, and he had done a lot of reading and research on his own already. So to me, him being a part of the class, moving into working for me some in the summer was kind of a natural thing. So I would say to other adults who might want to have classes, that would want to volunteer to have students be a part of that, my thing about it is I love what I do and I like sharing it with other people. And so if you like what you're doing and you find students that are interested, they sign up for the classes they're interested in. It's really a lot of fun. And it gives you the satisfaction of knowing that you're doing good in this world that we say, hey, this world's not going good and all that kind of stuff. But we're like, hey, I'm making a difference. So there's a great satisfaction in that, along with making some new friends, younger friends, and I love that.
Hi, my name is Nate, and I am currently 15, and I go to Rouse High School. So my passion for cars has pretty much started when I was very young. I've always been fascinated with the looks and the way that they work, and I always have found them genuinely interesting, and soon it became a passion. My favorite parts about the class had to be getting hands-on with the cars, like being able to fix a problem and diagnose the cars, like figure out what's wrong with them, do oil changes, put air in the tires, and other stuff as well. I think it means a lot because he gave me a job here, and I really enjoyed working here with him during the summer, and it made me think more about what my career would be like in the future. I think the hardest part about being a teenager is not really getting out and wanting to do anything, because like most of my friends that I know, they just want to like stay inside and be on the couch, watch TV, and not actually get out and be active. My favorite car is a 1965 Ford Mustang GT. I really like the looks of it. It's been my dream car since I was pretty young as well, and every time I see one go by, I always get excited about it. So in 5 years, I hope to be a master mechanic and get a college degree in automotive mechanics and be able to be a professional at my job.
Hey, before we go into this final act, I want to introduce you to two of my favorite people, Sammy and Amanda. They've worked with students all across the city, and most recently we're serving at the McNeil After Hours campus.
Yeah, we haven't even talked about the After Hours campuses, but picture an environment, the transforming a stale cafeteria into one of the coolest hangouts for students after school, where you have hundreds of teens normally with nowhere to go. Now they have a community where they can connect with friends, mentors. That's the After Hours program.
Students actually want to hang after school?
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Whoa.
Yeah, so we ran that. Before COVID, we were running in 3 different high schools here in Austin, and there's 3 more up in the Dallas-Fort Worth area using the model as well through the Effie Center. So cool. Now, Sammy and Amanda were site leads at McNeil High School, and they're gonna talk about their pivot, right? How do you go from pandemic lockdown to still connecting with teens? And man, their creativity and resiliency was amazing.
Check it out.
Sammy.
And I'm Amanda.
And we are the McNeil High School site leads and also Purpose Project guides.
So for the After Hours program, we were going every Wednesday after school. We would go a little bit before school started, set up, and we would just connect with youth after school. We would give them snacks, we'd play games with them, and really just create a basis for relationships so that we can go deeper with them and then eventually go through purpose projects with them and kind of find that deeper relationship there.
One of the coolest things was like when we would go into that bell rings and we're at the school and all the students start coming in and we're giving them high fives and we're saying hey, and progressively they would get excited. Like at the beginning of the semester it's like, oh, who's this awkward dude, high five. But then as time went on, we started building a relationship where we were no longer faces, but we were people that they knew that they could connect to and just talk to and just open up to and say, yo, I had a bad day. Yo, this class sucked. And it was fun just connecting with them. So I think that's like my favorite part, seeing the progress of relationships, I guess. The first person that came to my mind is Liz. She was a student who started coming to After Hours early on and eventually just became like one of those students who would always show up early. And as time progressed, she came up to me one day and she stood right next to me and she just didn't say anything. I said, hey Liz, and she said, hey Sammy, and I was like, what's going on? She's like, I just had a bad day. And that was it. And she said, I just wanted you to know that I had a bad day. And for me, that was like an important moment where we didn't have to go deep into what happened or I had to give her a resolution, but just for her to feel safe enough to say she's not doing good. And that moment for me was like, this is what we're doing. this is what we're here. And that was like a great moment for me.
We drastically had to adapt how we were doing things to connect with students after COVID hit, because we build relationship with them one-on-one. That's our whole thing, was we met with them, we built relationship, we saw them face to face, and so we really had to pivot and create avenues online and on different platforms like Instagram and Facebook, and trying to create avenues for them to come in and still feel like they're here with us, but without, being physically there. So we did a bunch of different things. We tried cooking. We did a live stream cooking show, and it was actually pretty fun. We'd cook a meal every Wednesday at around the same time that after hours would happen. I would say if anyone is scared to do this, to work with teenagers, I would tell you that I am in the same boat. I was in the same boat, and I still am every time I meet. I meet with a student. It's easy to think that teenagers are very intimidating and you may not understand them, but really there's no pressure on you. All that they need from you is to be there and to be invested in them and to be intentional about the way that you interact with them. They want to know that someone's on their team, that someone's on their side. And if you can just be there and be continuously there, and be just kind of that steady person who they can always come back to, even if they don't seem to be interested at the moment, you are making a change. And even with teenagers, sometimes it's hard to know if you're actually making a difference and if you're actually helping, but they know that they've got people and they've got family. If you're there continuously, you can be that steady place for them and that safe place.
Catalyst is doing so much right now. So thank you everyone who's out there supporting us and giving us your energy, your time, your money, and pouring it into Catalyst, because what you're doing is making a difference. What you're doing is impacting the lives of students that you might not meet, but in their lives, this might be a pivotal moment, a time where this is going to change their life because of finding out who they are and discovering the hidden talents that is within them. So whenever you're investing in Catalyst, you're investing in the future. You're investing in the right now. You're investing in so many different aspects of the students that we are impacting. So again, I want to say thank you. Thank you for all that you're doing, and thank you for all that you'll be doing. So appreciate you.
And I love that. We need more Sammy, Amandas. We need more Rons, Alexes in the world. And we know you're there. And you're looking, it's not a lack of desire, right? It's a lack of, I'm not sure where to begin. And so let's start with that 15-minute call. catalystcollective.community/get involved. And let's have a conversation about what you saw, what you heard, you like more information on, and how all that works. Man, we got an exciting 2021 in store, and we're just getting started with what we're doing. So
I love it.
Sadly, we're just getting wrapped up with our contestants. I wish we had dozens of them.
I'm not ready, Joe.
We're on to our last contestant.
Nope. Start it over.
Who do we got? Who's up last?
All right. Hey, to bring us home, I'm really excited to end with this act.
Yeah.
So we had to film this student. He's a Cedar Park High School student who restored my faith in the next generation.
All right.
He's playing an original song. Hey, give it up for Clay.
All right. I'm Clay. I am a senior at Cedar Park High School. Family-wise, I got my mom, my dad, and my two sisters. One goes to A&M, one just graduated last year. Like I said, I'm a senior, live in Cedar Park. My talent, I guess, it's going to be like, I'm going to be singing an original song, so I'm pretty much like a songwriter. I wouldn't say singing piano or anything, but I wrote this song called Trouble in Paradise. It's about kind of getting through like losing some friends and stuff like that. So it's like a letter to me, kind of myself, but it's also to help people that are going through similar situations get through something like that. I am wearing an Auburn sweatshirt. I don't plan on going to Auburn. I want to go to A&M, but if I don't get in, I'll be going to Auburn. Taught myself piano during quarantine. I wrote my first song in December of 2019. It was on December 23rd, actually. That was my first song, First Love. I actually have an album and a couple singles out on Spotify and Apple and wherever you listen to music. So if you search Clay Hoover, I'm on there. My album is called Don't Forget to Love. Those are really personal songs, so that's been awesome. I started songwriting that December, and I've written close to 40 by now. Quarantine, I wrote a lot. But, so yeah, that's probably my biggest hobby. College football, love college football, big Aggie fan. We're up there like every weekend with season tickets, so College Station's like my second home. Hopefully I get to call it my home the next 4 years, but who knows? I might be going to Auburn, like I said. But I don't want to take up all 2 minutes, so thank you, and I hope you enjoy.
Hiding in the sheets, you're holding back from who you could be. You're sinking really deep, cause you think you know. You tear yourself apart, they think you got it all. They distance really far, did you even know? You told them how you feel. Your words were just as real as the memories and feelings you had. Trouble in paradise, trouble in mid-July, trouble in finding why you feel so broken. Trouble in paradise, trouble in asking why, trouble in going blind from your closed curtains. You're running from your fear of being left to drown in tears and feeling helpless when it comes to always being alone. Their words will always sting, but remember, you'll always be a king or a queen. So hold your head up high, you'll never be alone. Trouble in paradise, trouble in mid-July, trouble in finding why you feel so broken. Trouble in paradise, trouble in asking why, trouble in going blind from your closed curtains. Trouble always finds you weak, trouble always breaks a piece of you and never gives it Trouble in paradise, trouble in mid-July, trouble in finding why you feel so broken.
Yeah, that's
Hey, good job, Clay.
good job, Clay.
Hey.
Good job, man.
Fun fact.
Yeah, another fun fact.
I was like, hey, Clay, so like how long have you been playing? He was like, well, I taught myself piano during quarantine. No way. Dude, I was like, what have I been doing with my quarantine?
He wrote that song though, right?
That's an original.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's cool, man. Tonight's been awesome. Tonight's been awesome. Let's not forget, one last time. So you're gonna text the word "give" to 833-942-1751, and remember, there's 2 ways for these students to win: by the dollar amount that gets donated, right? The act that raises the most money through your donations and however much you decide to give is going to win $1,000. The rest of that is going to our programs that are meeting the needs with these students that we described all tonight. And then we have the popular vote, right? So feel free to vote for many of these students.
Go grab every phone, iPad in your house.
Yes.
Every device that is connected to the internet.
Yeah.
All your burner phones, and go and donate $1 to one or as many of these students as you want to vote for.
Yeah. Man, we can't thank you enough for tonight. We're going to wrap this up with, again, 3 things that you can do to really get behind our mission and support the next generation. Number 1, we have 48 hours until this closes, until voting closes. Share this video.
46 hours, 35 minutes.
Something like that. Like, get it on your networks. Facebook, Instagram, even LinkedIn. LinkedIn is kind of stale and boring. Let's spice it up with some of these videos, right? YouTube, whatever it is, and invite your network to get involved. That's how we grow as an organization, is that organic reach. The second thing is that get involved page. Once again, you're thinking, if you're even thinking about, man, I'd like to talk to them, or I'd like to learn more, or I'm interested in.
Or I have a crazy idea. Have you ever tried?
All of that. All of that.
Get involved.
CatalystCollective.community/get involved. Let's schedule a talk or lunch or whatever you want to do. And last but not least, we want you to consider becoming a Purpose Project certified guide yourself. Learning our process and being able to do that, guide people in a very strategic way in every area of your life. You're going to love it. Same way, you got to go to the Get Involved page, and it all starts with a conversation. Man, what an amazing night. Again, 2nd annual Catalyst Got Talent in the books.
Count it.
And you guys are making it happen. Thank you so much for tuning in, for watching, for sharing, for participating. God bless. We love you.
See you next year.
Cut.